All right, sorry, my lovelies. Take two. That's a bit better. You think I'd have this sorted by now? It's only been like 3 years since we went on Zoom. Anyway, happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you are all well and have had a good week so far. Welcome to your morning Pilates. If you're joining class for the first time, just keeping in mind your level, or if you haven't done it for a while, again, just, you know, if you've got any injuries, just keeping that all in mind. When we're not in a classroom, it's harder to when we're not in a studio, it's harder to adjust, etc. Okay, let's get going, my sweets. So finding a lovely tall seat, let's connect with our Pilates breath this morning. Sitting nice and tall, drawing the shoulders down, lengthening the spine, and just taking a few moments to connect with our strong inhalation through the nose. A nice slow exhalation through the mouth. Good. So we inhale and exhale. Good. Just 2 more rounds like that. Deep breath in and exhale. And 1 more really deep breath in and exhale. Lovely. So we want to make that nice loud exhale throughout the exercises today. Good. Okay, we'll take a quick stretch, just reaching over to the side of your mat with one arm, easing that arm down, taking a quick stretch back behind you, opening through the chest, gently back over, and then take a slow curl around to the middle, ease down through the spine, and then very gently rolling up, just stacking that spine, other side, reaching up and over, all the way down, reaching back, and then back over to the side, softly through the center, just relaxing here for a breath, and rolling up. Nice. Couple of shoulder rolls. Just opening that top part of the spine and the back. And then just taking them up and down. Good. All right, my lovelies. Let's roll down onto our backs and get some abdominal engagement. So just coming down onto your back, rolling down through your spine. Bring your knees with you. Have a quick little rock here, just to release that lower back quickly before we get going. And then you can place your feet down to the mat here and just take a little windscreen wiper. So just dropping those knees from side to side, opening that lower back. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's take a few roll-ups to our bridge to begin here. So taking the time to establish that lower abdominal area, thinking about our lower pelvic floor muscles, just taking your hands out to a T position, so pressing the hands into the mat. We're going to tuck the pelvis, scoop those abdominals up, and then progress our roll up to find our bridge. So 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up to the top here. We're peaking at the top, rising to the balls of the feet, and smoothly through the spine, massaging down, all the way down. Now, as you get down to the bottom, you're going to take a little crunch here. So you're going to take the hands to the back of the head and have a little crunch up through the abdominals, drawing the back down, drawing the abs down, and then back down. Good. So if you want to, you can actually also take the hands up here for this roll up. So either down in the mat or up. We're going to unpeel that spine a second time, all the way up. We squeeze at the top, rise to the balls of the feet, and then smoothly roll down through your spine, nice and slow. Articulate all the way down. Good. As soon as you drop down, hands to the back of the head, elbows are wide, and we squeeze to lift and lower back down. Good. Rolling it up. Make sure your feet are close enough that you feel stabilized here. Keep scooping all of those underneath the ribs as you draw up, pushing up at the top, rising up, squeeze through the lower abdominals, so the lower glutes here, abdominals strong, and roll it down. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Articulate down. Good. Hands to the back of the head and little crunch up and down. Good. Let's do one more here. We're going to stay at the top. You know, articulate, squeeze this area strong all the way up, pushing up at the top. Think about your hip bones with two lights shining up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to rise up here. Good. Now we're just going to take some little pulses, so tiny little pulses of our glutes, just really finding those deep muscles underneath the lower part of our butt here, connect to the back of our hamstrings, and just pulsing that movement for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push a little higher and then smooth to roll down, all the way down through the spine. Feel it articulating down, nice and smooth. Good stuff. And then take a little windscreen wiper just to release that lower back. Nicely done, everyone. Good. We're going to stay here in our supine position. Continue with our core. Again, a little bit harder. Going to keep those arms up, a little bit softer, coming back down to the floor with a low V. So taking the feet up off the mat, I'm going to take just some simple toe taps here. So tapping the floor as you exhale and inhale to lift. Good. As we do this, we think of hinging from our hip and keeping this area really strong. So taking our time to smoothly lower and squeeze to return. Smoothly lower, squeeze. So you want to think how much harder you can make this movement, how much more control you can get out of this simple sort of movement here. Good, let's take a couple more. Keep breathing. Nice, good. And then holding it at the top, bring your knees to touch so the legs are together, and then take your hands straight out to your T position. We're going to drop those knees over to the left side of your mat as your right shoulder draws down, and then squeeze to lift over to the other side. So your opposite shoulder is going to stay squeezing to the mat, pulling it down here and draw it up to lift. Good. So continue this. Just going as far as you feel you can without your opposite shoulder peeling off the mat. That's really important that you keep the alignment strong as you continue this side. Couple more. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Focusing on that breath. Always finding our Pilates breath. So we're going to exhale on the movement. And squeeze up. And then place your feet down to the mat. Nicely done, everyone. Just take a moment there. Maybe take another little windscreen wiper. Well done. Okay, we're just going to do one roll up to sit up, my lovelies. So just using that as our transition. So sending your legs out long on the mat, reaching your arms back behind you. If you know you've got need a little bit more support with your roll up, keep your knees bent. Use your hands to help you establish your roll up. Otherwise, we're reaching those arms long, taking a nice, strong, deep breath. And on our exhale, we find a lovely tall spine, sitting up nice and tall. And then we're seated. Nice. Okay, we're going to come over to our side now. And we're going to stay up in a supported side position. So staying up today, we're going to work that upper body a little bit more closely. Underneath leg is bent and top leg is going to be out long and stretched. Here we're going to watch that we're not sinking down. We're going to push the mat away and pull up through that side body, staying nice and strong in our form. Top leg, we're going to take flexion in the foot. We're going to swing it forward so it's in line with our hip. And we do 2 little pushes and then point the foot and swing it back, 2 little pushes. So that's our movement. And we want to keep it in line with our hip. So no sort of dipping. We're going to keep it on that same plane. Okay. We're going to do 5 more of these. So breathing in, pulse, pulse. And pushing back, pulse, pulse. Good. Exhale. And pulse, pulse. As you do this, you want to keep your core really strong and not let your tummy move. so that we're isolating this movement and really working our leg muscles. Good. Next one, we're going to hold it forward, point your foot and try and tiny little circles on the front of your mat there, or the camera, and then reverse. Run the other way. Good. Take that leg straight back to that back alignment. Same thing back here. Little circles back there. Gonna feel your side obliques working. And then reverse your little circles. Couple more deep breaths. Nice. And then bring it back in line so it's back in line. And then you're going to take your underneath leg out long and lie yourself down. Good. So we're just lifting that underneath leg to the top leg and lower. Lift it up and lower. Good. That top leg should be starting to feel a bit fatigued now. Good. Squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. Just 2 more. Nice. Hold it here. Tiny little pulses. Just pulse, pulse, pulse. Feel that side oblique for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently relax down. Nice. Just give yourself a moment. You can roll back onto your back. Take a quick little frog there just to release particularly your right hip. And just take a little rest before we do that on our second side. Let that hip release. Good. All right, my lovely. Swing your legs around and we'll do that second side. So just setting yourself up, make sure you've got efficient space there. Finding that strong side support. Underneath leg is just gently bent and we're pulling up off the mat. So keep that really strong engagement around this zone. Flexing through the foot and we do the pulse, pulse and back. Good. Squeeze forward and back. Nice. Pulse, pulse and back. Good. 3 more. Strong breaths. And exhale. And back. Good. 1 more. Nice. Good. Now you're going to bring it forward. We're going to point that foot and circles. Little circles. Then reversing the circles. Good, lovely stuff. Take that leg behind you. Same thing here, little circles back there. Good, keep pulling up through that side body, check that form. And then reverse the circles. Nice, keep breathing. Lovely stuff. Okay, so the bottom of your mat, slide that underneath leg out and then just ease yourself down. As you ease yourself down, still keep this connection strong. Underneath leg lifts and we lower. Squeeze, lift and lower. Good, like a magnet action between your inner thighs here. Using that muscle to lift. Squeeze, that's it. Nice, let's do 2 more. Good. Hold it here. Find those tiny little pulses. Finding that side oblique muscle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And ease it down. Lovely, guys. Roll back onto your back. Have a little stretch. You can give your knees a squeeze or come back into your frog. And just take a little breath to release the hips there. Really good job. Nice work. 1 more breath there, and then we're going to come back onto our side. We're going to do a little bit of side plank. So staying on the side that you were just on, we'll start there. And as always, just remembering you have lots of options in side plank for whatever reason. Having the knees down, having one knee down and the other leg straight, softer level, or coming all the way up. So just vibe where you need to be today. Shoulder over the elbow, top hand is going to help us push up, taking a deep breath in, and then exhale, pushing up to either your knee down or both legs stretched, one in front of the other, or stacked up here. We're pulling up this side oblique, and we're reaching that top arm up. We're just going to drift that top arm up and over the head. And then back up towards the top. Good. Drifting over. And inhale to come up. 2 more. And up. And 1 more there. And up. And we hold it strong. Find lovely form for 5, 4, 3, 2, and gently soften down. Nice. Just ease yourself up. Take that underneath arm. Just give it a quick stretch there. Really good. Okay, let's do that second side. So just swing those legs around. Remember, the most important thing in something like a side plank when we're doing Pilates is our alignment. So if you feel like you're sacrificing your alignment, don't push through it. Come down and reset yourself so that you're really strong. Yeah? All right, deep breath in, second side, exhale, pushing up. Find your position. Then we reach the arm over and straight back up. Good, deep breaths and up. Keep pushing the mat away. And up. 1 more. And we're gonna hold that position really strong, pushing the floor away, squeezing the abdominals. And ease it down. Fantastic, guys. Take your stretch there. Just give that underneath arm a little stretch. Nice. Okay, let's do a little bit of work in our 4-point posture. So coming over to your 4-point posture, just establishing that position nice and securely first. We're pushing the mat away, keeping a little micro bend in the elbows. And we'll bring the knees to touch in this position. So always feeling like we're about to push up. So we're never locking those elbows. Yeah, really, really important. Drawing the abdominals nice and strong, pull up through the abs. And then we're going to ease down onto our forearms here. So just to relieve our waist a bit. Actually, so that locking was... yeah, no point setting you up there. Well done. All right, pushing the mat away. Knees are touching. We're just taking our little hook position back behind us and then squeeze down. Good. Little hook position back. So just a gentle bend in that knee because we don't want to really work, sort of think about the back of the knee too much here. It's more that we're just elevating that leg with the control of our core. Good. And we're going to find some work in our glutes here. Let's do 2 more. And then holding this last one up here, just take little gentle pulses of that leg, pulsing that leg up. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it strong. Now we're going to push back up to that position that we found earlier, that shoulders over wrists. Stretch the leg and then find your little circles back there. Now, if you want to make it harder, you're going to draw up through your abdominals and take your opposite hand off the mat. So keep pulling up here, opposite hand off the mat for those little circles, and then reverse the little circles. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach and hold. Come a tiny bit higher with that leg and arm, and exhale down. Nicely done, guys. Just push back. Have a quick stretch in your child's pose. Relax your bottom, relax your breath. Really good job. While you're down there, take a few circles into your wrists, just giving those joints a nice little release. And we'll come up and set this up on our second side. So finding your 4-point to begin, make sure it's nice and sturdy, knees to touch, and then we're going to ease down onto the forearms. Interlock the hands, squeezing through the abdominals, and we're just going to elevate that leg and squeeze it down. Good. Elevate up and control it down. As we do this, we want nothing else moving. We keep everything else really still, pushing the mat away. Form on point. Good. Now next one, we're going to stay up there. We're going to pulse it out. Take those little pulses, just elevating the position. Pulse, pulse, pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, pushing up and then stretching that back leg. It's going to move forward a bit. Stretching that back leg, little circles. Now this is where we can make it harder. Pull up through those abdominals and then take your opposite hand forward. Reaching forward, little circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. Nice, now we're going to hold it there, lift a little higher, stretch and reach. And exhale down. Good job, guys. Push back, have a good stretch in your child's pose. Give your hips a nice little stretch there. Fantastic. All right, my lovelies, just before we move into our stretch, we're going to do a full plank here. So just being mindful, if you have any wrist issues, you may want to just come down and do the plank down here. Otherwise, we're going to do it up on our full posture, yeah? So we're going to set it up from our 4-point position. We're going to draw the abdominals in extra strong here. Squeeze through those lower abs. Keep your lower back nice and flat. Tuck your toes. Push the floor away. Micro bending through the elbows. Deep breath in, we slide our right leg back. And then exhale our left to follow. And we should be in a nice strong plank position. So we're dropping the hips here. I want you to think about joining your hips towards your rib cage. And just breathing. And remember, if this gets too much, you just ease your knees down and find a variation with the knees down. We're holding for a couple more deep breaths. Just feeling that position and thinking anywhere that you can adjust your alignment to make it a little bit more clean and really accurate. Good. We squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and ease it down. Nice and smooth down. Really good work, guys. Give your wrist a roll out. Well done. Nice. All right, my sweets, let's have a quick stretch to finish off our class today. So taking our seated tree, yeah, taking one leg in towards your bent position, other leg is straight. We're making sure our tailbone is square evenly on the mat. Deep breath in. And then exhale, ease forward. Now remember, you're just coming to where you can reach. Not to feel like you're ever pulling in your stretches, but easing down into the positions with the breath. Start to feel that lower back gently expanding. Deep breaths. One more breath here. And then very smoothly just rolling up. And then taking your opposite hand to the knee, reaching the other arm up and just coming into a little side bend. So you're reaching for that opposite foot. And you want to think of looking underneath that arm. And then very gently coming up. And then you're going to reach away. So you're just going to stretch away from that leg. And up. Nice. Okay, second side. Bring your other leg in. And other leg out. Again, finding that nice tall back to begin. And then easing forward. We want to hold here for a few strong breaths. Really try and relax your head, let your back release. And then very gently roll up. That's it, taking the opposite knee with the hand. Other arm reaches up and stretching over. Don't worry where you are, you might be way up there, that's absolutely fine as long as you're feeling a stretch. Drawing yourself up, reaching away, just stretching out that side body. And gently coming up. Nice. Okay, we're going to do a quick seated cat and cow because we didn't do our cat and cow in our 4-point. So we'll just take our interlock position with our hands. Start to push your palms forward as you curl the spine, opening the back. Draw the belly in here. Really curve the body. And then as you arch, you're going to send your arms up and you sort of expand through the ribs and arch your spine. Open the arms, take a beautiful big circle. And then we repeat that. Curl back, contract, squeeze everything in, push the spine back behind you. Feel that nice opening in the head and the neck zone as well, like that back little patch. And then lifting up as you move through an arch and circle the arms. Just one more round of that. Deep breath in, push back, curl, scoop, squeeze. And then sitting up tall as you push the chest out, expand through the ribs. And this time sit nice and tall in your seated posture. Good. Closing your eyes. If you want to, take a few big circles into your head and neck. Again, just releasing all those muscles. Reversing. Open the side, back, front. Oh. Nicely done. All right, my lovelies. Finding a lovely tall seat. We're going to do our 3 breaths, as always, to finish our class. Mind, body, and soul. Deep breath in, reaching up. Big exhale, pressing down. Good. Inhaling. Big exhale to ground that breath. And final one. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely work this morning, everybody. Good job. Thank you so much for joining me for class. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone.